Okay, nice to have you here, Pete.
Thanks for having me. Great to be here.
Yeah,
Honored.
I'm pretty hyped because we already tried to schedule up
Yeah,
this podcast for a while now, and it's finally happening. That's fantastic.
yeah, I
Uh,
agree. Good to be here.
and yeah, I have to say I'm really a big fan of the tracks that I know from you, especially
Thank you so much.
not just the Linkin Park cover album, but also like the '90s influenced. Um, which one is it? In the Shadows, I guess. Yeah,
Oh
this
yeah,
one
yeah.
is
The
so
Rasmus
good.
one. Yeah,
Yeah, and I like
Finnish
it.
power.
I love like the original tracks, and now
Yeah.
having this great covers that I can also play in the stream. That's amazing.
When have you born? How old are you?
I'm 29 now.
Awesome. So we're pretty much the same age.
How
I'm
old are you?
31.
31.
So
Okay.
I'm born in '93.
Yeah.
So I think that's kind of the sweet spot for that era of music to have it the nostalgia power, you know.
Exactly. Yeah, it's totally that 90s music with
Was In the Shadows a big song in Switzerland as well? Because in Finland, obviously, it was one of the biggest songs at that time.
I remember back in the days when I was like very young, and we went to like family trips, and this song came up in the radio from time to time. And I can say I hated the most of the songs playing in the radio back then, like this typical mainstream radio music. But every time this song was on, I was like hyped, even as a small child. And yeah, hearing the
So catchy.
yeah, exactly. And hearing the cover just brought me totally back to like the age of 10 or something.
Awesome. That's so cool to hear. Thank you.
Yeah, and thanks for your music. Do you want to give a quick introduction about you as an artist? And you have two projects, right? The Kooma and the Less Gravity one. Or are there more?
Yeah. There's more, yeah, but I think those are obviously the biggest ones that I have. Other ones are like really small side projects, like burner accounts, basically.
Yeah, I see.
Well, yeah. My name is Petri, and I'm producing music under aliases Kooma and Less Gravity. You might know my songs from the Lofi scene, if you know Less Gravity. And Kooma is more like chill out, electronic, trap, hip hop, plenty of different genres. And that's basically it.
It's interesting. The Kooma one, I checked that out as well. And you have there a big mix, like a big variety. You have like this dark ambient style of music on there. You have collaborations with singers.
Yeah.
Where it's more like a kind of, it's not like this trap, but it got this trap influenced style.
Yeah, I feel like it's a weird project. It doesn't like fit any genre like specifically. It kind of falls in between. So, but it's basically the stuff that I like to make, and just put it out and see what happens.
And it's also cool. So you have this account where you don't have like any rules.
Yeah.
So you can really do whatever you feel like.
Yeah.
And like having like one artist alias where you don't have to, but it's obviously better for algorithm and everything to kind of stay in your niche. Yeah.
It's so much fun to have like different projects. You don't get bored with doing only one thing, and you don't scare the main audience away from one project to, like, if you go from left side to right side
exactly
in one song, then your followers are going to be kind of confused. Are you doing stuff like on top of the Lo-Fi project? I believe you're doing originals as well.
Yeah, exactly. Back in the days I started with like electronica music.
Cool.
It was like...
Was it like chill out or like four on the floor kind of stuff?
Four on the floor kind of stuff. First,
Awesome.
like a bit slower, let's say like somewhere around 110 to 120 BPM, but it's kind of slow for electronic music. Then I went into melodic techno for a short while. And in between, I made like my first 1, 2, 3, maybe 5 lo-fi songs, and really enjoyed making lo-fi. And yeah, I had like a artist crisis after the melodic techno project. So,
why is that?
Yeah, it just was no more fun to produce the music. It was fun being on stage as a DJ, play the songs.
Oh, you were doing gigs as well?
Yes, exactly.
Cool.
I also organized parties like local here, and it was a fun time, but there came like this switch and I really wasn't enjoying it anymore, like the time in the studio. Then I was like, hey, let's go back to lo-fi because it was always fun to make that. And yeah, just started out of nowhere, and then I ended up being the first 2 months nearly every night on the PC making songs, and it just put out like 50 songs super quick. Deleted some of them already because it was like quality wise really not good.
Yeah, you gotta get the bad beats out of the way, and then you can make the good ones.
Exactly.
Do you remember what was the like lo-fi song that kind of triggered the interest to that genre? Or do you have one song, or was it just like a wave?
It's funny, I already had this on another podcast episode. It was this 1 hour long mix where you see like Homer Simpson inside the car with like
I think
Stone
I've
with
heard
the
this
red
story
eyes.
already.
Yeah, exactly. And it was such a cool mix because it felt so nostalgic. And yeah, it was called like aesthetic lo-fi or aesthetic chill music.
Yeah.
And back then, it was probably before even Lo-Fi Girl was so big. It was like my first touch with this music. And because you only found like long mixes on YouTube, and in the beginning they didn't like tag the artist making the music, I just kept on listening to like mixes. And I remember, do you know the show Trailer Park Boys?
I'm not sure.
It's such a weird TV show. It's like, it has this dirty South Park like humor. And that was the first cover I made like 5 years ago in a lo-fi cover, exactly. But then I just put it to the side and forgot about it for like 4 years and jumped back on it. How about you? How did you start with the whole music production journey?
You mean music production in general or like lo-fi stuff?
Both. Because at some point you started and then you came to lo-fi, I guess.
True. I played like band music with my friends in, I think high school is the term that I'm looking for here. And it was like heavy music. I feel like many lo-fi artists have been playing heavy music or metal or something like that. We weren't good, but it was fun. Then it's kind of, the music stuff was like on the sideline for a longer time. But then I think it was in college that I downloaded FL Studio after my friend showed it to me, and dubstep was the big thing at the time.
Oh,
and
I remember.
All the like drum and bass and, the experimental, like the new wave of electronic music, let's say that way. All the Monster Cat stuff. And
oh, yeah.
You know all this stuff, Skrillex and yeah. So yeah, I was trying to do that. the tracks were bad, but it was so much fun. And yeah, I think like from 2012 and 2011, starting from that point, I feel like I've been doing music like every year, more or less. And like 2017 was the year that I was like, okay, this is what I'm going to do for a living, no matter what. So yeah, that's kind of how I started. I feel like it's always like metal, heavy music, or electronic music that people are coming to lo-fi. Obviously, like hip hop producers as well, like people doing beats. But the other two are like metal musicians and electronic musicians.
For me, it's so much fun to really, after having a bunch of guests now here and hearing where they're coming from, you can really hear a difference in the beats, you know, when, let's say, if you listen to, for example, when I listen to your Linkin Park album, it feels so much, it gives you that feeling of the original album, even though it's different, right?
Yeah.
And you can somehow hear the rock influence. Same with other artists that came from not the hip hop side. They have a better song structure because it's not just beats, they're like more song structured, right?
Could be, yeah.
And for others, let's say I listen to an El Dre beat, and you can definitely hear out the hip hop aspect where it comes from. Like
J Dilla.
J Dilla, exactly. And the song structure is like you have a quick intro, you go straight up into the verse, have a little bridge, verse 2, and outro. And I really enjoy, for me, it's easy to produce this way. Even I never produced hip hop, I love listening to hip hop. I listen to it a lot besides like all the other genres. And but I always think like, oh, it would be so cool to just have a bigger knowledge about music theory and songwriting, and especially the song structure making, to go more complex, you know, with
and cover songs are perfect for that. Like if you're like doing covers, you're going to reconstruct someone else's song. So you're going to learn from that. Oh, this is why this verse works here. This is why this chorus is so catchy. You can hear the melodies, you can hear the rhythms, you can see the BPMs and all that stuff. You can learn so much from covers. That's true. If you analyze the stuff, you can pick the best parts and make it like your own songs.
I totally agree on that, and I have to admit, it's now like a bit more than a year that I started like really doing covers, since I joined like the Discord server from of Tenoshi, and the improvement in the songs is huge compared to the time before. Now there's only sound designing is still like a thing to improve a lot, and
all right,
but still song structuring is still a thing, and and music theory in general. I have to say that's the kind of the lazy answer, but going for the hip hop way of making the beats, you can really ignore the music theory to a certain point. You only need to know, okay, everything has to be in the key, and there's this rhythm, and all. Yeah, that's like all that matters. Same was with techno music. You know, you have this, and the song structure is easy. There should be like a change at least every 8 bars, and the rest can be repetitive. So you need to add an element or remove an element. You just know, okay, I'm making a song in an F major or F minor, and then you put arpeggiators to that, and they do the work for you.
Easy work.
Yeah, it's easy. It just have to sound good and be like
Yeah.
catchy and get you going, right?
I think that's also a thing where you can hear a difference in lo-fi beats if person is coming from EDM background or hip hop background. Like EDM background producers use like certain techniques, like side chaining is a big thing.
Yeah.
Like you can hear the pumping quite a lot because they want the kick to like dump
Really
everything
cut
else
through.
down. Yes. And also it's like, it's kind of pretty bright sounds for like, in general for lo-fi, if EDM producer is doing the lo-fi stuff.
Yeah, like hi-hats are super crisp.
Yes, and everything is very like wide in the mix. And if you go to like the hip hop background, I feel like it's really more like mono. And,
yeah, it's very centered.
Less sidechain. Like there's a lot of like distortion, kind of good kind of distortion, but like there are like subtle differences. And to be honest, I prefer the hip hop sound. I feel like it sounds more alive. Like it sounds more compelling to me. Sometimes the EDM stuff feels kind of like a little plastic.
Yeah, yeah,
you know?
yeah. I totally understand you.
Soulless. That's the word I was trying to find. But there's nothing wrong with the like polished mix, but sometimes I want that grit. You know, that I feel like I want to hear something that has been produced in a demo lab, like a band house somewhere with bad production equipment, and there's more feel to it, you know.
Hey, I cannot agree more because I'm coming from this side, and
awesome.
It's also like, it was like a relearning on how to mix and produce, because the sidechain thing, especially, I used to sidechain heavy in the beginning. Now I'm going for like a 2 decibel to 5 decibel reduction maximum. So, and not 15 to 35. That's a huge difference. That's a huge difference.
Sometimes that sidechain sound works really well. You kind of want that pumping sound for like a cool rhythmic pattern. Like everything is like, it depends on the context. What works, and so anything can really work, whether it's super polished or like something you've recorded with your phone.
Exactly. Yeah, and the thing is, with that pumping sound, it kind of takes away the chill aspect.
True, yeah.
And you kind of have to have this chill aspect. It's so funny. Yesterday, I started working on a song with Cody. And it's from the show Severance. Cool. And he already made a cover for a Halloween album. And he used that kind of UK bassline, And I was like, nice. The whole song was chill, and then this bassline comes up, and I'm like, whoa. Yeah.
Study sessions turning into
a rave.
Mix. Yeah. Strobe lights are flashing, and you're like riding like.
But I have to say, I loved it. I loved it.
Yeah. That's so cool. Like you gotta try some different stuff every once in a while, and whatever feels good, then you should do that.
Exactly. Yeah. That is what I want to ask you. The heavy band that you had, was it black metal?
No. It was like...
It's super famous from where you're at.
Yeah, that's true.
You have like
all the heavy genres.
You have a lot of good black metal.
Yeah, we have like folk metal as well, I think.
Yeah, no, folk metal is...
Like everything. We have everything when it comes to metal.
Is Korpiklani from?
Yes, it's from Finland.
It's from Finland as well, right. I was a big fan of them.
Awesome, that's so cool. There's also like this comic book I don't remember the name, but there's like this comic, doing like a finished metal band thing, and they are releasing comics, but they also releasing music, like actually releasing music. It's kind of like gorillas, like they are cartoon characters. There are like multiple comic books released and also like albums released. It's so it's so fun.
Interesting. So it started as a comic.
I think so, yeah. Or it could have been like the whole goal from the start, but I don't really remember. I need to check it.
But that's an interesting concept.
Yeah.
In the comic, you don't really hear the sound.
Yeah. You can imagine that, and then when you hear the song, you're like, "Oh, it sounds like this." I thought it was something like this.
Yeah, exactly. Interesting.
Yeah.
Haven't heard of that.
I need to link it to you.
Yeah, definitely. I have to check this out.
Yeah.
So you're currently in Spain, like on vacation, or just decided to move somewhere warmer?
Me and my fiance are like living the winter time here when it's cold in Finland and snowing and dark. So it's been really nice here. Yeah, that's about it. We're trying to get away from the darkness and the coldness.
Oh yeah, you have like super long nights and very short days.
Yes.
Like only a few hours of daylight, and but in the summer it's the opposite, right? Then you have like
yes.
20 hours is bright and only 4 hours is dark, right?
Yes, correct. And if you go like north enough, there's a time that the sun doesn't like set at all. It doesn't go away for 24 hours. And also, if you think it's the opposite way, during the winter, there's a time when the sun doesn't rise at all.
Oh my God.
It's
then it's like
it's a nightmare.
It gets like really cold if there's no sunlight at all.
Yeah, it's
oh my God,
it's cold.
Yeah, and either way, it kind of fucks up your sleep because it's hard to sleep when there's no nighttime, and it's also hard to, or let's say hard to be awake for a full day if it's always dark.
True.
And I guess it's depressing as well, not getting sunlight.
Yeah. Imagine the people who are like working on the office, like from 8 to 4. They are not seeing the sunlight at all, like for months and months. Only from the window of their like office. And that's a reality. It's not like a joke, but it's crazy. Obviously, if you're working like night shifts or stuff like that, then you can enjoy the sun. But for like regular worker, it's tough for sure.
Oh my God, yeah, can't imagine.
Yeah. Well, it's a fun country. This wasn't the best Finnish ad.
But I wanted to go to Finland for a while. Just didn't found time.
We have beautiful forests and thousands of lakes. It's so cool, especially in the summertime. And if in the wintertime as well, if you're spending like a shorter period of time there, then it's beautiful as well.
Yeah. Maybe choose a month where you still have like an hour or two of sunlight.
Maybe, or if you go to like Lapland for a week or something like that, you can see the Aurora Borealis.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of cool things to see as well, a lot of reindeers, and it's mesmerizing.
Okay, that's true. This is also something that a lot of people have on their bucket list.
Yeah.
Yeah, me too. Not very special. To see the Aurora lights.
I haven't seen those.
You haven't seen them?
No. I'm from originally from middle of Finland, so it's kind of rare there. You should go like Lapland, really north, and I haven't been there too much, a few times, but yeah. Haven't seen it, so it's on my bucket list as well.
Okay,
Still.
maybe we should do a trip together then. There,
Maybe, and make some beats while
oh
we're watching the
yeah,
aurora borealis.
that would be a fantastic
That would
thing,
be something for sure.
and I guess the inspiration would be huge.
Obviously, yeah. Have you ever tried to make beats like in nature? Do you have like samplers, or some people have like mobile apps that they are using for producing? Have you tried to do anything like that?
Not like that. What I did, or what I do from time to time, is just go like in the nature and just record some sounds.
Yes.
You know, like
That's so cool.
Recording like little waterfall, or just like playing with some sticks and hit them at each other for some perky sounds.
Yeah.
And yeah, this is definitely something that I want to do this year as well.
Awesome. Are you releasing more sample packs? I know you have the one with the like percussion shaker sounds. I actually have been using that for a few projects. I'm gonna send the finished songs with the samples when they are released. I'm still waiting for
awesome
green light, so might take some time, but I will link it to you when it's done.
It was very spontaneous because I love having like the perfect perks in the song, even though I don't use like too much percussive elements. I just like to have like a few of them.
Yeah.
To still keep it minimalistic. And I just spent it like hours searching for good one shots to make your own loops out of them. And it was so hard. So I decided to just like build my own shakers.
That's smart.
And then I recorded like the one shots to have them collected and just drag and drop them into Logic. And then I just spontaneously thought, why not making a sample pack?
That's good.
Yeah, exactly.
Have you been using the pack yourself, and have you seen like other people like buying it and using it?
Yeah, a bunch of them. I sold like a bunch of copies, not like super extraordinary, but all the feedback I got so far, people are super happy with it.
Awesome. Love to hear that. It's a good pack.
Thanks a lot. Yeah, I really spend like time taking like different containers and put in like different ingredients in, like salt, pepper, or sand, or whatsoever, and then shake it. Put a bit of the ingredients out of the container, or put more in because it didn't sound right.
Yeah.
It was fun. I felt like a scientist, you know, experimenting with all that.
Music is kind of like science.
It is. And yeah, I also use your sample pack actually a lot, because
love to hear that.
Yeah, the drum elements are so good.
Thank you.
Same thing. If I don't find like perfect sounds, like I used Splice for a long time.
Yeah.
And you can go through thousands and thousands of kicks, even if you categorize them for your genre. Most of them doesn't really fit your style, and especially your hi-hats, and that's like something where I'm super picky. They fit so well.
That's cool to hear. Awesome.
Yes.
Yeah, those are like the sounds I've been using for years now. Like, obviously, some stuff I sound designed for the backpack, exclusively, but a lot of stuff like through the years. Like, I try to sound design something, at least one new element to every track I make, because I feel like it like trains you.
Yeah.
And at the same time, you're like building your like sound bank and your like own sound. Those are the sounds nobody else have. After maybe if you sell them in a pack, then yes, but otherwise nobody else can like produce that sound, like just going to Splice and I'll download the same kick. I know this kick. I'll take that from there and I'll sound like this guy.
Wow, but this is like a really good thing.
Yeah.
I should do that too.
Yeah, it doesn't have to be anything crazy. You can do like one thing, like I'll do new snare for this track. Then you bounce it somewhere, and now you have one new snare. Then you go to the next project, maybe I'll do a percussion loop. I'll just use a sugar like bag and shake it for a track, and then you have another loop, and you know you're producing tracks, and you're also like building your sample pack catalog at the same time.
Yes.
Yes.
You're totally
I feel like
right.
people are thinking like they need to produce beats, or they need to do this pack right now, like build 500 sounds in a week or something like that.
Yeah,
it's
but
kind of a lot of work, and
if you try to build 500 sounds in like a week, most of them will be super mid. Let's be honest, they will be like very mid.
I was just about to say that you can do that, but I don't think the sounds are going to be too good.
Yeah, because for me, I use like 1 day recording the sample pack, but I use like more than a month building different shakers.
Yeah.
Like every day I build like, let's say 15 shakers more or less.
Awesome.
Plus minus 2. But from them I picked like 5 that I really, really liked. And shake them in different ways. And it was a fun day. I just spent the whole day in front of a microphone, just like recording and shaking. And then, that was crazy.
Trying to explain that to your like friends and people around you, like, this is my job. And you're like,
yeah, exactly.
But you have like different household items, and you're just shaking them in front of a mic. Sometimes it's so weird, but yeah.
Yeah, that's true. It was so fun. My girlfriend watched me doing that, and it was like in November.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think in November, or even December. Yeah, end of November, early December. And we kind of joked about, like, she was like, what do you want for Christmas? And I'm like, yeah, I could really use like a pack of sand.
All right, okay.
Just like to have like sand for the shakers.
Yes. Damn. That's funny.
Yeah, it was.
And you got sand in a box for a Christmas present.
No, I didn't got the sand.
Damn.
That's so sad.
You didn't get that.
No.
I had one wish.
Such a simple one.
Yeah. Oh man.
But yeah, this summer I want to make like a day or 2 in the forest, just recording sounds, and then see what I can make out of this.
Remember to film clips as well.
Oh,
in the forest.
That's a good point.
You can get some cool visuals like really easily.
Yeah, that's true.
How do you do your artworks for your releases? Do you do something by yourself, or do you have like a visual artist that is making visuals?
I got this new style recently. Oh, and this is something I want to ask you as well about the artworks. Yeah, I just discovered like this one playful method in Canva. With this one effect that like really destroys the picture and makes it totally mixed up. And
like a data mesh thing, I guess. Does it look like glitchy?
Yeah, something glitchy, but it swirls the picture.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and they just take a picture that I like, most of the time something like a shot from the nature or a skyline or something.
And you have the new logo, right?
Yeah, this one I got like from a designer from Fiverr.
Nice.
But yeah, I want to ask you as well. You have this very consistent artwork, graphic design with the pink fluffy ball.
Yeah.
And yeah, do you have a graphic artist doing like all your work? Because I saw you also have animations on the song.
Yeah. I'm doing like if you go through my Less Gravity catalog, you can see the like most simplistic ones are by myself, like the ones with solid color pattern, and there's like this like head of the character and like a small melting part of it. Those are like the ones I do myself.
Yeah,
and I animate those as well by myself. But the more complex ones, and the ones that look the best are probably by Prince Helen Korpin. He's in the from Philippines, and he's the best artist I've ever worked with, like visually.
That's fantastic.
I think I was doing like the first ones with the custom works in 2021 or 22. And ever since I got the first one, I was like, wow, all right, here we go.
And
I'm going to stand this guy forever.
And you found him like on Instagram, or where have you found him?
I found him from Fiverr.
Okay.
You can hire him as well. And I highly recommend doing so because he's the best, simply the best. I was actually able to meet him up in Philippines this year. I was traveling there with my fiancée, and wow, he was such a nice guy, and he gave me this cool ukulele, and he drew the Less Gravity character to that.
Oh, so wow.
That's
super cute.
Like a treasure to me. It was so cool. Such a cool moment.
Are you playing a lot of instruments?
I mainly play guitar. I would say that's like my strongest instrument. I also play piano. I can play some drums. I have a bad rhythmic sense. I can't hit the right notes in grid.
I know what you mean.
Drum notes. Yeah. So I kind of have the J Dilla bounce without. I'm not trying to do it, but I can't do the.
Yeah, but that's cool.
Rhythm.
You have your personal swing.
Yeah, that's cool sometimes. Yeah, when it sounds all right. But yeah, I would say guitar and piano are the main instruments for me.
Well said. That's cool sometimes.
yeah, it's not good. Like most of the time. Don't hire me as a drummer.
How was Philippines?
It was cool.
It's also like a country I have on my bucket list.
Yeah.
Especially because they are very like people there are super like spiritual. Like a lot of them believe like in ghosts and such stuff, and I think that's super interesting. I love those.
I didn't know even that. Cool.
Yeah, I'm listening to a podcast by two Filipino guys, and they tell stories like from time to time from their aunties and like their parents and grandparents, and like really crazy ghost stories that they went through.
Crazy. Those the country is like, it's so beautiful. A lot of like amazing islands and so much clear water. It's beautiful for sure. Unfortunately, like they have kind of bad weathers around the year. Like I believe it's because of the location in the map. Like I think they have a lot of earthquakes and typhoons and all that stuff. That's kind of unfortunate. But yeah, the country is still, it's beautiful. Yeah, you should visit.
And sure. How is the food there?
It was good.
It's always an important question for me.
I would probably say like I like Thai food more.
Yeah.
But yeah, I really enjoyed the Filipino foods. Especially there were like a few local foods that were like so good.
Mm-hmm.
I think it was something like sisig. It was like pig. They do roast a lot of pigs there, and it was something I would love to eat in a bad hangover. It was so there was so much like fat in that food, but it was so tasty. It was crazy.
Yeah,
but if I would eat that every day, I would have a heart attack. And yeah.
But that's the thing. Fats are actually good for you.
Yeah, some fats for sure.
Because I'm constantly in this fight of gaining weight and losing them again and gaining again. And what really helps is like fat heavy diet if you want to lose fat. And it sounds stupid, but you eat more fat, do workouts, and then you lose your fat. It's crazy. I don't know how this works, but it works.
Where do you get the fats? Are they like are you eating peanuts and like almonds or avocado, stuff like that?
Also, less avocados. There was a time I was eating a lot of avocados, and yeah, it's also funny. I spent nearly 10 years as a vegetarian, and
cool.
then I switched back to eating meat again. And since that,
how was the switch?
Oh, it was crazy. I felt it was, yeah. It sounds kind of terrible. I feel so much better, like mentally, and also like body-wise, physically and mentally. I feel way better.
I guess it's a lot more like thought process you need to put in to your diet when you're vegetarian, because you need all the ingredients that you are missing from the meat and fish.
Exactly, like the omega-3 fats from the fish, also like the whole iron that you get from meat.
And if you're trying to like cover them with supplements, I think it's like tougher for your body to like
digest
those
or
things.
Just to pick it up. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, true.
I'm just kind of too stupid to take supplements daily. So that's why I sometimes when I got like supplements for iron, I take them like on 3 days and then I just stop because I forget about it. So no,
nice.
It's a huge change. Also, only with the energy and like the strength when working out, that's such a big difference.
Whatever works for you, like whatever makes you feel the best, that should be your diet, I think.
Yeah, true.
This turned into a food podcast.
Exactly. Yeah. We never know where we're heading to on this podcast.
Yeah, but it's the fun of it, I guess. It's just chatting.
That's true. Yeah, I remember this one episode with Chad where we end up like talking for 2.5 hours and we went like in complete rabbit holes and such. That was wild. Hey, by the way, before I forget, we talked about the song Face to Face.
Oh, awesome. Let's go.
And I played real quick for the listeners of the podcast.
Respecting myself, I keep the dust off of each little thing on the shelf. I've got a seashell plucked from the ocean too soon. I got a wolf figurine howling up at the moon. I got a cactus in a cup full of dirt. If I fuck with it too much, guaranteed I'll get hurt. It innocently asks spines, do you think that it knows that it'll ever be loved on or be held close? It doesn't matter, it's just a fucking plant, right? Just give it some water and place it in the light. There's an instruction booklet that I received as a token. It's from the local garden center across the street that just opened. It's overpriced, but they sell all kinds of cactus stuff. Guess I never should've looked at cactuses last month. this cookie, you'll follow me till I'm in the grave. Or till my mic gets a kick, there's something else that I say. I should really get to know me. There's a lot I have to say that I don't have access to. If I was facing me, would I know how to hear her words that are mine too? I correct little things that don't need to be messed with. I let people walk all over me and say that I'm not, but gotta stop listening to people who hurt my feelings. Doesn't matter if they're close to me, I think that they're being nice. I think they're missing your meaning. When you hurt me, all I think is that maybe you're not hearing the voice inside of you that tells you right from wrong. That you and yourself maybe don't get along. I should really get to know me. There's a lot I have to say.
Oh, that's a cool song. It's also
Thank
a
you.
premiere to having like music with vocals here in the podcast. This is really
Was
cool.
it first one?
I think so. Yeah, I think that's the
Awesome.
first one. So you did the beat and the whole post-production on this.
Yes.
Wow.
And Vila made the vocals, top lines, lyrics, recorded all the stuff, did the harmonics. She's the best in the business when it comes to vocals, that's for
Hey,
sure.
but also like the production is super clean.
Thank you.
I really appreciate how you mix the low end, because I
Awesome.
would say the low end is kind of the toughest thing
It's for
when
sure.
it comes to production, and it's perfectly balanced, like not too loud, not too quiet, and really like there and got the
Awesome.
pressure.
Happy to hear that.
Yeah, the low end on this one, fantastic. Also, how the vocals are perfectly like in the middle, not clashing with anything.
Yeah.
Really
definitely
well,
like-
really well done.
Thank you.
on this
Thank you so
production.
much. Like the vocal work is definitely something you get better like every time you work with vocals, because at first it was really tough for me as well, and still is. It's the most complicated thing to like have something like so present, like in front, but still you want to make the background as well to sound something like it's not like to make a complete package with vocals is so tough.
Yeah, I see that.
Everybody can make it, but to make it sound good, that's the tough part,
Mhm.
in my opinion. I still feel like I have a lot of work to do if you compare it to vocal mix to like commercial music. But yeah, we're getting there.
But you also have to see, like, on commercial music, you have like 5 producers working on like one song.
That's true. That's true.
And this is kind of nothing that you can really compare yourself as like a self-made artist. Not self-made, but like you're not working in a team of 5 producers where you say,
Fair point.
okay, I do the production of the beat, you mix the beat, you mix the vocals, you make the mastering, and then you just give, like, it's in music or in business or wherever in life, you're always better off having like a team, and you have like for every single task someone who's the best at it.
Yeah.
Because yeah, it's now we have the time of where music producers doing a lot by themselves, you know, like the whole production, mixing, mastering, promotion, all kind of things.
Yeah.
And it's also, yes, kind of got a standard for a lot of musicians, newer ones, that and I think the collaboration with labels are not that present anymore as, let's say, 10 years ago.
Good point. Good point. Yeah.
And those people still have like a huge success. And that's the crazy thing about that.
Yeah.
That you have people with like a huge success without that big label behind them.
Yeah.
And this is so impressive.
There's yeah, definitely. Like it's crazy to see like these independent artists like they are looking like they are major label artists every way. Like visually, sound wise, songwriting wise, it's so cool. Like there's so much talent in the world, so I love to see that everybody has a better chance to make a piece of the cake compared to like 90s or even 10s. Like even like 10 years ago, it was so different.
Exactly. I mean, back in days where you don't had like streaming services, you only had, let's say, your cassettes or vinyls or
Yeah.
CDs.
Oh yeah.
With CDs, it got like easier because you can just like burn some CDs and then just sell them locally
True.
at
True.
gigs. But before
Did
that
you sell
time,
any CDs?
never.
Oh man.
Have you done that with the band?
I think I had some songs on some like independent CDs, but I don't think we made too many sales.
Okay.
I never sold like my own like solo projects on CD, but I've tried that. It was tough. I'm not a salesperson at all.
Same.
So I hate to like trying to like sell something for person.
Yeah, and that's the thing why, let's say, big labels still work so well, because they have like one part of the company that is only making sales and they are good at it, but they have probably no much knowledge about music at all, but they can sell well.
Yeah, good point.
And that's why you can also, I think that's why you can connect, let's say, with an independent artist who is really made it to success, or even, yeah, if it's not super huge, but you discover an independent artist with good quality music, because he really cares about his music.
Yeah.
And it's not a sales team that is care more about money. So even though when an artist posts like, have a good social media campaign, it's something that I totally suck at as well.
Yeah.
But like singers, songwriters that make like cool videos, really showing how they make the song or making a story behind that.
Yeah.
Then you can really connect like to the person who made the song, to the song itself.
Yeah.
And all that kind of
stuff. I agree.
We live in a good time for musicians, honestly.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't think like people are so scared of the AI stuff, but I feel like there's always place for like artists, because in the end the listener is looking for that like human connection.
Yes.
And you even though AI can sound quite close to like human music, and even if people would like some AI music, it's still different. Like if you would go to that artist's profile, they wouldn't find a thing. If you would go to human artists, let's say YouTube page, you would find maybe vlogs, maybe something like music videos presenting the artist, or even if they are not showing themselves in the videos or visuals, you probably see the effort in the visuals somehow. Like,
yes, true.
I want to believe that people can see the difference. Not everybody, but like the big portion of the people who are consuming music.
Oh, and the other thing is you cannot like go to a show of an AI artist.
True.
If you
Yet maybe there's an AI music show at some point that's going to be so awesome.
Yeah, I remember this one South Park episode where they brought back like dead superstars and make like like in Star Wars when they
like
communicate
holograms.
with the hologram.
Yeah.
I don't know if you're a South Park fan or watched it, but they made like a whole episode about like they made like Michael Jackson shows in hologram, and the people went crazy about that.
I think I've seen the episode. Yeah. Man, South Park and The Simpsons are crazy. They are like
predicting stuff.
Predicting the future, yeah.
Yes, exactly.
That's just insane.
That's wow. Yeah, and it's kind of a bit like you said before, you know, when it comes to you said it when we talked about the different production style of lo-fi, depending on the background of the musician. And how the hip-hop aspect has more soul to that than, let's say, when you're making music from an EDM aspect. And the same applies to AI music as well.
Yeah.
Even if AI can make a good sounding song even though they make songs with lyrics now, with vocals, but
those are terrible.
You cannot really connect with the story at all.
Yes. It's like the cheesiest song every time.
But there's this one guy on TikTok that I really like. He always goes like, what if this song was made by Metallica? And then he plays like, let's say, a Bob Marley song, but made by Metallica. And he always plays the drums to it. He's wearing like this neon-colored wristband and headband all the time. And it's so fun. I mean, for comedic purposes, AI music is good. Because it's for your laughter.
Memes are great. Memes are great with AI.
Exactly. Oh, talking to memes. You said you made burner.
Now we're in the right topic.
You made burner accounts for music, like for side projects, right?
Yeah.
I once did like a side project. As a musician, there are like 4 songs on SoundCloud, and it's like meme psytrance.
That's your niche. Yeah, you found a niche, that's for sure.
Yeah, I only made like 4 songs on a super wasted weekend with a friend who really plays well the guitar. And that's it. The songs are out there, but
you should play like a live show with those songs, and your crowd would be full of the Family Guy chickens. You know the guy who Peter Griffin is fighting. Your crowd would be full of those people dancing to the psytrance meme songs.
Yeah, but that's the thing. That was like a burner account as well. I made like a burner email to register on SoundCloud. Cool. I have no access to it at all. It's out there, but even if I would want to, I cannot even delete it because it's just like I don't have the password. I don't know which email I used for it. It's just there and gone.
Everybody, go find this project. I need this.
I can send you. I have the link to the songs. But I have no access to the account.
Send me the link. I want to hear it.
I will. It's so dumb, but it's funny.
Yeah, I love all the fun stuff. You have to have some fun and do some stupid stuff every once in a while.
Yes.
Like, it doesn't have to be like every time you're doing something straight from your depths of your soul. It's going to get kind of tough at some point to go full emotion all the time. You have to have like some lighter stuff and stuff you need to like fun stuff.
Yeah, exactly. Music.
Like in life, you don't want to be doing all the serious stuff all the time. You want to have fun as well. Find the balance.
Yeah, and the music don't have to be like very thoughtful all the time. I mean, it should not be. Yeah, like good mood music is also fantastic. I love mindless good mood music.
Yeah. Same with like TV shows, you know? Like, you don't imagine watching like a crazy artistic 3-hour movie every day. You want to watch some shit from time to time.
Yeah, stuff like Family Guy or South Park.
Yeah. Even something worse than that.
Yeah, or
sorry,
Trailer Park Boys.
I interrupted you. You were
Hey,
saying.
all good. What did I want to say?
And now you forgot it.
Yeah, it was definitely nothing important. Otherwise, I would know it still. Yeah, we were about not taking it too serious with music, and yeah, just kind of re-listened like the audiobook for the 10th times, like the subtitle Art of Not Giving a Fuck. And that was like such a motivation booster for the music creative process again. Like,
awesome.
Yeah, not taking it too serious and do whatever you feel like, right?
Yeah. Have you read that Rick Rubin book?
Yeah.
That's so good.
So fantastic.
So inspirational.
Yeah, I bought this book because I really like the cover. To be honest, I haven't known anything about Rick Rubin. And first I was like, okay, what kind of art is this book about? Then I was like, oh, it's about music. That's good. And then I read it like in 4 days or 5 days.
Cool.
Started like listening to interviews with him. He's got a very cool YouTube channel. He invites like
I haven't seen that.
Very big artists, like Pharrell and artists like that. And they
he's
have
doing
a
like
podcast.
A chat, right?
Yeah, chat in his garden.
Okay, I think I've seen one with Kendrick Lamar.
Yeah, there was one with Kendrick and...
Yeah. He's barefooted in his garden, right?
Yes. Yes.
He's such a unique person. I love it.
And the story behind this book is also super fascinating. He talked about that in the podcast. He has the book fully written, then wasn't happy with it, so he rewrite the whole book again.
Wow.
And after that, he wasn't sure if he's happy now or not. He was like in this on the fence with that. And then like a horrible burning burned down his house or flat. And in this moment, they all got out safe, all good. But in this moment, he realized like, oh, I really should publish this book. It was like this moment that gave him that eye-opening moment where he didn't have space to think about this and this and this and this, what's going on in life. And that was like, yeah, he was like, okay, I know my family's now safe outside. Now I should save the book, and then it's something like that. And then he knew that the book is ready now.
That's a crazy sign from the universe if you take it that way.
Yeah, really good. Are you reading a lot?
I would say no. I try to read something every year, like typically it's something music related. Something like I really like that book, the Rick Rubin one, and there are some like song hit machine, something like that. Basically, like stories from artists who made it, kind of.
Okay.
And the like creative ways, like how to avoid creative blocks, and all the basic stuff. The stuff you kind of live day to day when you're a musician, and you want to like see how every other people is reacting to those situations.
Yeah, I totally get that. And you like going the music, or not even just musician, but artist lifestyle is always like a roller coaster. Yeah. It's like from going to super high to super low and then super high again. But the life is never like in the middle stuck. It's always like whether you're feeling like super comfortable and very good, or it tears you down into this nearly depressing phase where you kind of ask yourself, should I just quit? And all that question that every artist lives through from day to day.
Yeah. Very good points. Yeah, it's not just musicians, it's also painters, actors, even in companies, like creative positions. It's fun, but it's tough to do creative stuff for a living.
Yeah, and I think if you're not at the point where you like very well off with the art that you're doing, where you're not like, let's say you have a band and this band is, for example, called Iron Maiden, and you had your high time.
I need to check that band out.
And you already got like millions on your bank account, and you are not forced into doing music, and you can just drop an album like every 3 years, and the shows and album sales will have already paid your entire life till your death situation and probably the life of your grandkids. Then you constantly have the struggles, like even if you can make it from month to month only with music, you will always kind of ask yourself, is this really it? Should I continue? Should I stop doing music and go back to a regular job? And all that struggles. And that's an important topic, and I think it's great that books exist to support that, even though they are not especially artist related. But there are thousands of books that are great to kind of, just like reading other people who says like, don't take it too serious. And if you enjoy doing this in life, then just continue. Then this is sometimes the little hint that you need.
Yeah.
That gives you the motivation to go back up again.
Very good point. Yes.
That's why I already listened for the 10th time to this audiobook. I also read it, but it's hard for me to read like a book more than once. So every repetition is just like audiobooks where you can listen to that.
That's cool. That's like almost like a mantra at that point.
Yeah. It's a fantastic, really fantastic book.
Maybe I should also get that audiobook.
Yeah,
it's so good. It's so good.
The subtle art of not giving a fuck, and that's the greatest name a book ever had that I read.
True.
I can send you the link.
Spot on. Yeah, for sure. That would be cool. Thank you.
Yeah, welcome. That took interesting turns where we went with the discussion today.
I agree.
So cool. Do you have something that you would like to bring up in the podcast?
No, not really. No,
not really.
I think we've talked quite a bit.
Yeah,
good
we
stuff
did.
And something less important and all that good stuff. I gotta give one quick shout out to one of your tracks. I was listening to one of your songs, or like a bunch of your songs today. I try to go through the catalogs before I talk to somebody, so I know what they're making. The Route 34, but it's Lofi that you've done with. Oh, I'm gonna butcher this name. Sorry. XOIC3S.
Yeah.
And Glamalux.
Yes.
Sounds super good. Well done.
Thanks. Yeah, really happy how it turned out.
How did you guys make it? How was the process?
Oh, we just send it. I think the name that you butchered and I can say as well. It's probably another form of, say, choices, I would say. I'm not sure. But yeah, send over like all the melodic, like the midis and melody parts. And usually I like to collab where I don't have to write the melody or transcribe it. So I think it was like all the other collabs got the midis and the first sound design.
Yeah.
And I usually add drums, percussions.
Cool.
I'm not even sure how it was in this song, because I know these percussions are like crazy. But I can't remember making them, so probably I got the percussion as well on that track.
That's cool. Over. It's a cool collaborative effort between you three guys.
I think Llama Loops and Choices are same person, if I'm not.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Didn't know that.
Llama Loops is kind of. I think I'm not sure at this moment, because I only talk to like one person and not to two.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
I usually add like drums and layers.
Yeah.
And what I love doing most when it comes to production is just like going crazy with effects and making the stereo field, you know. I love to have my song super wide, as you said, with the EDM background.
Yeah. Well, that's good. That's good.
But it's really something that I enjoy when things are like having this panning automation. All that stuff. Yeah.
And it creates a lot of space to your mix when you are spreading stuff. So you can make everything sound more clear and bigger. You can compress more when you're widening the mix.
Exactly. Yeah, and that's usually how I make all the collaborations, just like a little bit of back and forth.
Yeah.
Usually like, I always ask the collaborator to do the melodies or just like come up with the MIDI. I can do the sound design. That's easy, you know, going into Serum and cook something up with, some... yeah, you know what I mean. Just like inside some oscillators and stuff. And then it's always like a little back and forth, like via text. Like I usually send the first mix. Do you like this? Can you hear something that's not good? And then it's like, oh, can you add this or can you remove this? And then it's like a little bit of back and forth.
Yeah, some notes and stuff.
And then just mastering, and it's good.
Yeah. Awesome. Great track. And it seems to be doing pretty well on Spotify as well. So
it's
good for you guys.
It's, I guess, my second best track, like in the overall statistic.
Yeah.
And I guess number one at the moment. It's really cool. Yeah, awesome. I really spend like I guess it's now 2 weekends of live streaming a bit, and this.
How did it go?
It was fun. I had like not much, but some viewers. Nice chats. And yesterday, Whitley, probably know her from the radio channel. She's supporting a lot of the artists from our Discord.
Cool.
She plays like a lot of like songs from this lo-fi community on the radio station. And I was streaming, and there was like your Linkin Park music playing in the background. She's like, oh my God, who did that? Who did like? And I'm like, yeah, that's from Less Gravity. I'm like listening to this music at the moment, nearly every stream.
That's so cool. Awesome. Thanks for the support. Means a lot, man.
It's great. I mean, you have to. I love to support great music.
Awesome. Hybrid Theory is next.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
If you have a spot on that, I really would love to like get in one song involved. That
I'll
would be
definitely keep that in
amazing.
mind for sure.
Yeah, because it was also kind of humbling because I did this, like a month or two ago, the Fear of the Dark cover by Iron Maiden. That was like, oh yeah, that's so cool. I haven't seen someone doing like rock song covers, and then I found your library and it's full with it, and I'm like, oh god.
I made a bunch of like punk songs into lo-fi with some punk labels.
Mm-hmm.
So that's kind of
with like the actual artists.
Yeah.
Wow.
I think I've made like co-primary releases with like almost 20 different bands.
Wow, that's huge. I didn't know that.
That's a fun way to collaborate with different genre and different artists from a different lane, because they are coming from the traditional music background with labels and live concerts and let's say more active listener base with their type of music, with vocal-driven tracks, compared to something that is considered more like background-ish music. I don't personally love the term, but I know people are using it as a background stuff, so I totally get that as well. But yeah.
That's the thing. There is like background lo-fi, and there's like lo-fi that plays in the background, but you're actively listening to that.
Yeah.
No, and this is what
That's well said.
This is what I feel like with a lot of the producers in, let's say, our Discord server community. They do like music that you actively listening, that plays in the background, and not just or let's say I also put the American Idiot cover of yours into the playlist.
Awesome.
And it's so weird. I sometimes start to try to remember the lyrics and sing something completely wrong in the stream, but that could become like my unique selling point of just like singing old songs from memory, super bad and wrong.
That's so fun.
With like wrong lyrics and such.
Yeah. Just humming and making some random words from the top of your mind.
Yeah, I love that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I would say we could go into my last question for the podcast at this moment.
For sure.
I think we had already good talk so far.
Yeah.
You have listened to some of the episodes, so you should know if you have like an advice to share with the listeners, or just some wise words.
Tough one. I would say like if you're a musician or a producer, just like do the stuff that like naturally like you are like going towards, like what inspires you. There's a lot of opportunities here and a lot of stuff like you would like to do, like in terms of virality. Like if there's a big song, you would like to make a cover of it, maybe because there's more traction to that search term. But in the end, it's probably not something you really want to do actually. And most of the time that you can hear that from the production. If you've had fun while you've been doing the production, you can hear it, and the people are probably going to feel the same way as you are feeling during the production process. Same goes with the like stuff you're forcing. I would say that's something, maybe not wise, but something.
No, that's totally a valid point.
Yeah. And remember to collaborate with different people. It's super. It teaches you a lot and opens up new opportunities all the time. And be kind to your friends and collaborators. Don't be an asshole. Nobody wants to work with those people. If you disagree, try to like give your points like politely and be nice.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. That's super well said. Like
Awesome.
all the aspects. First,
Cool.
like the thing with you should not force anything.
Yeah.
Totally agree on that. And yeah, be nice to collaborators is very important. Otherwise, it will be like a one-off thing.
Yeah, and the word of mouth is going to get back to you real quick.
Yeah.
People are not going to work with you after you've been an idiot with somebody else.
Yeah, true. Have you got like some bad experience already?
I would say no, not really. I can't at least remember from the top of my head, so I would say no.
Okay.
I think I would remember if I would have a terrible experience.
Yeah, I was just curious because you brought that point up.
Yeah, I feel like people have mentioned to me like they've had like weird collaboration projects that haven't been too smooth, so that's why I probably brought that up.
Okay. Interesting.
Yeah.
I have to say, since being like at home in the lo-fi scene, this is not that big of a topic.
True. This is a genre you're not going to face any like really bad collaboration projects with bad blood.
Exactly. And also this is like a very bad fundament for a song.
Yeah, good point. Oh man.
Okay. Yeah, thanks a lot for taking the time. It was a pleasure talking to you.
Thanks for having me, Anton. It's been a pleasure.
And you did a better job on being like a podcaster than I did because you asked so much good questions. I'm fascinated.
I just wanted to talk.
That's fantastic. That's fantastic.
Yeah. I think I guess this podcast is it's all about chill talks. So
it is.
I feel like it's better to have a chat than an interview. Let's say that.
That's true. Yeah, and that's the intention behind it. I just found it super cool how you brought up like interesting questions.
Awesome to hear
that was amazing.
That wasn't something I was trying to do. It was cool to hear that it was something you enjoyed.
I enjoyed it a lot.
Awesome.
Thanks a lot. And,
thank you so much.
Yeah, to the listeners, thanks for listening. Go check out Kooma and Less Gravity. I will link both in the description.
And Relaxicorn as well.
Thanks. Yeah, have a great week.
Yeah.
Cheers.
Cheers.